Hey everyone, I'm Panda Z, a sci-fi-tist who studies silicon-based life. Today I want to talk about what exactly is the silicon-based life. How is it different from us, the carbon-based life forms, like humans, animals, seafoods, bugs, bacteria, and all that? How different are they? Let me simply put this way. Things like the ground beneath our feet or the clouds above, rivers, mountains, oceans, rocks, even magma deep down. All of those are actually common forms of silicon-based life on Earth. Of course, besides the silicon-based life forms on Earth, there are more silicon-based life forms in the universe. We can talk about that another time. Some of you might say, hey, you gotta be kidding. Mountains don't even move. How can they be alive? Well, think about it. When a person is falling asleep and not moving, are their bones moving? No. But the bones are still part of a living body, right? Then you may ask, but when people move, their bones move through joints. Can mountains move like that? Of course. Think about how mountains formed at the beginning, how Earth crust shifted, or when the landslides or the mud flows happen. Isn't that a movement? Sure, the movement of the silicon-based life on Earth is way slower than the carbon-based life. It's so slow that you might need a century or even 1,000 years to notice even one tiny change. If we compare the mountains and the rocks to the bones of silicon-based life, then the ocean is like its blood. Remember walking by the sea and the waves again and again washing onto the shore? That's like its pulse, beating over and over, non-stop, for hundreds of millions of years. Then there is the wind. That's like the breath of this giant living being. Rain is like its sweat, evaporating and flowing. And what about clouds? They are like a special mix of its breath and the sweat. Actually, carbon-based life like us also have something like clouds around us. Though you usually cannot see it. It's what some people call aura, that special atmosphere around you. So you could think of it this way. We, carbon-based life forms, are like little creatures living on the surface of this giant silicon-based life. Some might call that parasites, but that sounds a little bit rude. I think living together is a better way to say it. When conditions are right, every planet probably has carbon-based life living on it, side by side with silicon-based life. Oh, I just thought a great example. The relationship between the carbon-based and the silicon-based life on Earth is kind of like the relationship between the mites and the humans. Alright, that's all for today. I see you next time.